These are the top 10 USA faceless niches that have a higher revenue per mil, RPM. So we are going to look at these 10 faceless USA YouTube niches that have a high revenue per mil. We are just going to start right away. Now, this one is called EconFin. You can look at the videos they've made. They've made already 269 videos and they have 11.2 million views. Now, this is a lot. When you look at how they're doing the videos, let's go back. I want us to look at what effectively they're doing. They're doing mostly videos about real estate, finance, and different kinds of things, mostly in the USA economy. And when you look at how they are simply doing their thumbnails, the thumbnails are quite consistent with how they do it. Look at the text and where they put it below. It's a black text with a yellow background, which is quite consistent with most of these thumbnails. But also when you look at how they create their thumbnails, the thumbnails clearly indicate the things that they are talking about, mostly talking about things like housing, finance, and buyer markets, different kinds of financial aspects, but mostly for United States. Now, these are one of the most lucrative niches, mostly because it is in the finance niche. The revenue per mil is going to be very, very high in this very niche. But also, when you look at what they are trying to do, they are trying to make videos to explain the different kinds of financial aspects that are going on in the United States, and that is also very high because they are targeting a demographic of people who are mostly in the United States, and that is going to put them very high when it comes to earning revenue on their channel. I believe such a channel can allow you to even earn more than $20,000. Let us look at the most popular videos that they have in their list. The most popular video, this one has 1.4 million views, 1.1 million views. The next one, this one, 511,000 views, 449,000 views 7 months ago. So these are some of the views that are they are getting that are really, really high. Now, how can you get to do these kinds of videos? These kinds of videos are also easy. You can be able to get someone who narrates these stories, and you can put a B-roll footage or different kinds of footage that is coming mostly from the United States, or even footage that is relative to what you're explaining, and it is really going to do you very well when you decide to go into such a niche. What I will tell you, you want to do thumbnails that are quite similar to what they are doing. Now let's go into this one. This one, they have 44 videos. I loved it. They are still starting out. They have 44 videos. They have 1.5 million views, and they are in the economy niche. Now, I want you to look at what they are doing. They are putting out videos actually every day. When you look at the oldest video, this is a new channel. It just started 2 months ago, and the oldest video already has 198,000 views. They are getting views, and the channel is growing, and I believe this is going to be one of the most lucrative channels as it is growing day by day. Now I want you to look at these videos that they put out. They put out a video 1 day ago, and it already has 2,000 views, and this one 11 hours ago, it's already doing well. And they are talking about the different kinds of scenarios that are happening in the United States. Now I want you to look at their thumbnails. Some thumbnails are quite simplistic, but they really tell the story of what they are talking about. And this is very important when you are doing thumbnails, or when you are in any YouTube niche. I've already told you, you need to make thumbnails that tell quite that story that you're talking about. The thumbnails majorly are elements on your video that are going to tell the silent story that you're talking about in the video itself. So you want to tell that story very well, but also it has to connect with the title. It is very important for you to connect your story with the title, and they're doing well, and it's one of the channels to look out for if you want to enter into US best niches. Now this one is also good. It's called Who Remembers. Now when you look at this, what they are doing, they're doing videos mostly about life, different kinds of aspects, mostly in the 1970s and the 80s, things that happened in the United States, how people were living their lives in the 50s, and they are ranking different kinds of things that happened: cars, eat out places, how people used to cook, to eat. So these are stories that people are seeking for. And mostly for this kind of channel, you will be targeting people with a higher uh, age, mostly people starting from the 50s to the 80s, and these have a high buying power. So that means you make more money when you do such a channel that is talking about historic things that happened maybe from the 40s to the 90s, and how people used to live their lives and bring them to life. You want to bring captivating stories, and you want to really do your research when you're going into such a channel. But also, when you look at the simplicity of the thumbnails, they really tell these kinds of stories. Because when you look at like this one, this thumbnail that has a picture of 1940s in USA, you really get to see. But also the footage, when you look at the footage that they are using, the footage they are using is quite relative to the time that they are talking about. If they are talking about a time in 1940, they are really relating to this, which is quite unique. You need to understand what you're talking about, relate it in the thumbnails, but also be able to relate it when you're doing the videos. Now, this one is also good. When you look at what they have done, it is they already have 242 videos, and they have 9.1 million views. Now, I love what they're doing. What they're talking about, they are mostly stories that are going around in the United States, but they have zeroed down their stories lately to Donald Trump. And when you look at the videos are doing quite well. I want us to also go to the popular videos. They have some of the most popular videos. You can see some of the most popular videos are really doing well. 359,000 views. This one, 347,000 views. And they are doing well. And they have figured out their niche. They want to relate these stories to mostly black people in the United States, but to also the leadership stories that are going around and the things that surround them and that affect them. And people are watching these stories. You have to niche down. Even when you are talking about certain aspects, you want to look at the aspects that are going to bring you views. And people always want to hear things that surround their finances. That is very important. So this channel is also doing well. You can look it up and see what they're doing or how you can emulate it. Now, this one also, it is good. They have 251 videos, and they have 8.6, actually 8.6 million views. What they are doing is mostly different kinds of videos, and the way they are narrating them, these are videos of things that happened mostly when people have gone for camping, videos that have happened on camping sites, in parks, bizarre things that are happening, but mostly in the United States. Now, you see, this is a kind of different niche that you can also venture out. It is a crime kind of niche, but things that are happening mostly in the United States. They are not going out of the United States. It's a USA based financial niche, but mostly they are zeroing down to these kinds of stories that are terror stories that happened, things that are happening now, things that you can really look up and be able to do. Because when you are going into any research, I want you to know that you're going to do niche research. That is one of the most important things. Niche research is very important, because when you go and research about the niche, you're going to understand how many channels are out there that are doing it. If I can outcompete, how many smaller channels are really performing well when it comes to such a niche. It is very important for you to be able to go out and do that research effectively, so that when you start out, you can do that very well. You don't have to rush into starting any niche. You just have to be able to give in time to research and be able to produce what you need to produce. Now, before I go any further, I want to call upon you. If you really want to make money out of various YouTube niches, we always give you a video every day to give you a sense of the various niches that you can venture into. And if you want to get that on every single day, please subscribe to our channel, and that is going to make you part of the community that is really seeking to make money out of these different faceless niches. Let's continue. Now, this one is called Classic Garage. When you look at what they've done 838, 838, thousand views with 68 videos, and what they are talking about are mostly cars in a very, very different way. I want you to look at their thumbnails. The thumbnails are quite consistent in terms of the text that are quite huge, but also I want you to look at the style of cars they're talking about and how they have designed the thumbnail. The thumbnails are very, very calling, and they're doing the job. The videos are doing well, and the channel is blowing up. But they have zeroed down to the car niche, and they're talking about different cars, mostly cars that people used in the 70s, in the 60s, and they're highlighting things about them, which you can ably do. But when you look at the video length, they're also doing videos that are 20 minutes longer, and I love that, because when you do videos that are quite longer, it is going to allow you to outcompete people who are in your niche. So when I'm jumping into such a niche, what I will do even videos that are very, very longer than these very videos. But also, when I'm doing these thumbnails, I wouldn't want to reinvent the way the thumbnails, the style of thumbnails are really doing well. I would emulate what they are doing, because the thumbnails are working out quite well for the people who really want to know about these cars, but mostly vintage cars. I believe this is one of the niches, the vintage car niches, that you can go into and make money. This channel is making over $20,000 because this niche has a higher revenue per mil. So when you are into this niche, you want to put out videos on every single day, so that as you go on and you're growing your channel, it is going to put you up there and be able to allow you to make money. The other one that we have on the list is called InfoGeek. Now, what are they doing? They're bringing information about different kinds of cities, but how these cities evolved. So they're talking about the evolvement of various cities, but mostly I've seen that they've zeroed down to cities that are in the United States. They have 29 videos, and it already has 19 million views. Now, this is quite a lot. I want you to look at how they're doing these videos, and how their thumbnails are really quite simple. Their titles are simple. They are most about how the cities evolved from the 1800s to the current year, from the 1500s to the current year, and how they get to show that throughout the time, and they are getting the views. Now, what I'm wondering, this channel last posted 2 months ago. So when you're going into such a niche, you want to be able to post consistently. People always want that kind of consistency, because when you are consistent, you're going to tell YouTube that yes, I'm here and I'm willing to continue giving out videos. YouTube loves consistency, because when you are consistent, there is a chance and opportunity for them to run consistent ads on your channel, and that gets YouTube to supply your videos even much more than people who are not consistent. So when you are going into such a channel, you want to be consistent, but also you want to get services or someone who's going to create these videos for you that show this kind of evolution from the past times to the current times, which is what they are doing very, very well with this channel. Now let's go to this one. This one is called History Geek. They also have 109 videos, and they have 15 million views. So let's go and look at what they are doing, because with 15 million views, I believe this channel is doing something good. Now, what are they doing? They're doing mostly rankings of things, but what is working out for them mostly are videos that are coming out of the United States, things that are really ancient, and ranking them with things that are current, presidents, political figures, military equipment. They're doing mostly ranking things and ranking them in a different kind of style that is working out. Now, this is one of the easiest niches that you can go into. And by the way, when you look at what they are doing, they're using as a voiceover. It is something simple. They're just making a rollover of these various figures as they're talking. And when you look at their video length, the videos are very short. Now, you can do these styles of videos and make them longer, at least over 15 minutes, and be able to earn more money with YouTube. Let's go to this one. This one is called it's called Frugal Daily, and they have 160 videos, and they have 7.8 million views. Now, this one is also doing very, very well. What are they talking about? They're talking about different kinds of deals, deals that people can get at various stores like Home Depot, Amazon, Costco. So people want to always buy cheap things. So if they get to know these products that are at different kinds of stores that they can buy, then they are going to watch your videos. These are one of the most lucrative videos that you can do. If you really talk about these products and you are listing them and you've done research about these products, I believe this is one of the niches that you can earn money from consistently. And also you can get brand deals, because there are people who are looking to give you deals, mostly to run their products or to include links of their products in these videos, products that are quite cheaper compared to other products in that very space. So you are going to get lots and lots of brand deals, and this channel can even earn you over $50,000, not only from ad revenue, but with revenue from brand deals also inclusive on that very amount. So I believe it's one of the niches that you can watch out for. If you can be able to get content footage for this, then it is going to be very, very lucrative when you venture into such a USA based financial YouTube niche. Now, this one is the last one. It's called Economic Strategist. They have 43 videos and they have 2 million views. Now, look at what they are doing. What they are doing, it is mostly sticky kind of animated videos, but the way they are explaining them, they are explaining aspects that affect people mostly in the United States in terms of finance. They're talking about the recession, the stock market. They're talking about the date that the country has. They're talking about different kinds of aspects that affect people with finances and the United States and the financial matters. And their thumbnails are quite simplistic, and the thumbnails are really blowing up. The videos are blowing up because when you look at such scenarios, people always search out for scenarios that are going to affect them, but mostly in the financial niche. So when you're doing such videos, you want to do your research, and also get someone who's going to do the animated videos for you that are going to be combined with the voiceovers. It is very, very important that you are on point with the things that you are explaining. But also, your videos can be longer. You can make videos that are 15 minutes longer, and you can effectively earn in such a niche that is very, very lucrative. I am going to call upon the people who have forgotten to subscribe to this channel and tell them that we put out a video every day of various niches that you can jump into, faceless YouTube niches that are very easy to start and you can make money. So if it is something that you want, then you want to be part of us. Please subscribe to this channel to get even more notifications of the videos that we put out on every single day to allow you get access to new and working faceless YouTube niches. Thank you.